this video, we'll show how to edit technician settings. With an admin account, when you log in, you can make changes for the technicians in the system. We'll edit technicians by first going to Settings. From this menu, we'll scroll down and go to User Settings. From here, we'll click on the button that says Technicians. This list shows all of the technicians in the system. In the previous video, we talked about editing user settings. For this video, we are instead editing technician settings. Technicians also interact with the application. However, they sign into the application differently, such as through a mobile app. These are the people who are actually going out to jobs and clocking time. Technicians will get something called a PIN view that allows them to log in using a PIN. To see the settings for technician, we can go to Available Actions, click on it, and then click Update Technician. Now we'll see this list of settings that can be changed. We can see the first name and last name. We can see the address, city, state, zip code. We can see a potential employee ID if that's entered in. This box for technician works here. This is somewhat similar to the setting for user settings that says, can the user access the system? If we turn this off, it will turn off their access to the system and they won't be able to log in. It will also change the display in the application. They can't be selected anymore. The social security number is required, and the last 5 of the social security number is the PIN that will be used. Here there can be notes entered. Here we have a list of job qualifications. The system will look for this when the strict booking mode is turned on. Essentially, this designates what the technician is qualified to do. For example, we can select one of these, and then we can use this button to add it to the list. Now that has been successfully added over here. And if we want to remove that qualification, we select it and use this left arrow. So this way we can add qualifications. We can also choose one that's already been qualified and remove it from the list. Just to reiterate, this list on top is the ones that are available, and this list on the bottom is the ones that have been approved for this technician. This box says, only allow technicians to interact during their scheduled hours. We can set schedules for technicians and only allow them to log in during that period of time. In order to see technician schedules, we can go back on this page and then go back again. Now on this page, there's a button for technician schedules. We can go into this, and that's how we can update that. Now I'll scroll back to the bottom where we used to be. These are accounting information that goes onto the jobs. Essentially, we are restricting certain users' access to being able to put records into the field on the jobs. This way we can control whether we give them access to entering the purchase order data, and we can control the access to letting them create and send their own invoices. We also have the setting, does this technician use a schedule /hourly? This setting is related to the earlier one, the one we saw up here that was only allow technicians to interact during their schedule hours. Except for this one has more to do with payroll than it has to do with access to the job. Here we can set the technician mobile number. Note that there's an audit history down here. We'll see an audit history for any type of record that we have. It's essentially a change log of things that have been changed. For some information, such as the PIN or social security number, when we look through the audit history, the value here will look somewhat scrambled. This is intentional. This is done for privacy purposes. If we scroll all the way down to the end of the page, there's a Save button we can click on that will enter the changes into the system. In this video, we've seen how to edit settings for technicians.